Good morning, everyone. I'd like to propose something to you. Think about this for a moment and how you might react. Imagine you're at home in your house. You're minding your own business, doing what you usually do. Somebody comes to the door and knocks on it. You open the door. They barge in. They look around and they say, I think that you should rearrange your furniture and install new carpet and put new paint up. And I don't like this blue curtain that you have. You should change that to green. And you should pay for it. And you should be grateful that I've come here and banged on your door and come into your house and told you how you should be doing things. Well, in a matter of speaking, that kind of happened to me yesterday on YouTube. And I feel the need to address it. And I'm going to state right up front that if you don't like this content, move on. It's just so easy to do, isn't it? Move on. Here's what happened. Okay, so the last couple of days I've been making videos about interactions I've had with people on social media. It isn't the first time I've done these kinds of videos, but perhaps if you've never been on my channel before and you're not familiar with my content, you might have clicked on the video, watched a couple of minutes of it, maybe you looked at the one that was right before it, you assumed that this is all I do. And then, I don't know if it was a spirit of helpfulness or just because you were irritated or because you're a control freak. I don't know. But then you feel compelled to leave me a message and tell me, make the observation that I seem like an interesting person. Look at all those instruments in the back there. Why aren't you doing things like playing music? Talking about your travels and the food and everything. That would be interesting. You know, complaining about being bashed, that's not interesting. That's what somebody said to me yesterday. And I'll be honest with you, I was a bit pissed off about it. And I understand that reaction maybe shouldn't have been my reaction. I can't help it. This is just, I am who I am, all right? Nobody likes that, okay? And when you consider YouTube a channel as kind of like your house, and she's, it's a public video, get it? But my house is public too, isn't it? It's on a street, and anybody can come and knock on the door. And I can open the door and allow them in. But when they come in and start saying things like, your house would look so much better if you changed out the rugs and put in hardwood floors. And you put in blinds instead of those curtains. And you rearrange the way you do your furniture. And you don't know this person at all. This person who left this comment yesterday, total stranger to me. Never seen her on this channel before. And in fact, she had no content of her own. But she was telling me how I should be doing things on my channel. And assuming that she knew what my goals are. I'll be honest with you. I have said this more than once. I don't really care about having a big channel. Last summer, when I suddenly got a bunch of new subscribers, until last year, I had 200 people. My videos were mostly music. They were not with me on camera. They were with pictures. Occasionally, I would put up travel clips. That literally was my channel for 15 years. Last year, I got pissed off about Kristi Noem, and I have kind of a snarky sense of humor, so I made parodies. Then I started getting new people coming to my channel. And it was kind of cool. And in fact, it worked out nicely because I've met some really nice people on my channel that I enjoy interacting with. I like talking to Thomas DeFreitas, the poet. I like talking to Ernest, who's so kind and nice and always has pleasant things to say for the most part. I like talking to Wendy, who is a tarot card reader, or tarot card. I don't know how you pronounce that, but because I recently started getting interested in that. And in fact, yesterday, my husband and I did a draw, and I drew the Strength card. And it seems like what happened yesterday kind of aligns with that, but I'm not going to take the time to explain it. There have been some very nice people who have interacted with me on my channel, and I've really appreciated it. And these are people that seem willing to accept me for who I am and what I'm doing. You may not always like what I do, but there's just no way for me to know what's going to please everybody. And when you show up on my channel and I've never met you before, we've never interacted, it's a bit shocking for me, because I didn't wake up yesterday and think, I'm going to put up a video that's going to annoy some rando on the internet. And they're hope that they come by and tell me how I'm doing things wrong. My channel has grown 10 times in the last year, so I've done something right. But I also have had the experience of having videos that got a little bit viral. And they were not videos, I mean, thankfully they were not embarrassing videos for me. But when you have videos that get that big, you have to deal with a lot of weird shit, okay? My biggest video is the one that I did about Tim Walz. I made that video because I genuinely was delighted by him. And I saw him as hopeful. So I made the video, I Will Follow Tim. That's my biggest video. It has over 120,000 hits. A year ago, my biggest video had 8,000 hits. And I got that, and that was with it being on my channel for 10 years. I Will Follow Tim, within a couple of days, 120,000 hits. And I look at every comment, and you would not believe some of the things people were leaving. Things like talking about Tim Wilson, horse semen, and just disgusting shit that they would leave in the comments. Some people are able to ignore it. Some people just leave it up. I don't like to look at that. It affects my psyche. And I also have a problem. Maybe it's because I was born in the 70s, but I have a problem with people who feel that they can talk to other people that way. That's not how I was raised. And I still think of, when I'm online, I remember that most people are humans. So I try not to say things to people online that I would not want to say to their face. I will admit there are times when I slip. And I swear a lot. And I have a temper. So when I have a temper, yeah, there are times when I might pull that hand out, which I did yesterday. I'm going to get my money's worth of that hand. But it's not my desire to cause anybody any problems. And it's not my desire to give you angst or whatever. I'm just expressing myself. That's what this channel is about. It isn't about getting popular, making money. I don't know. I'm not really looking for anybody to tell me what to do. People have been telling me what to do my whole life. I'm the youngest of 4, and I've had people tell me from birth how I should be doing things. And I don't want that on my channel. This is like my house, okay? You wouldn't go to somebody's house and tell them how to rearrange their furniture. You wouldn't come in and start insulting them and, telling them to calm down and chill out like you're some cop hopped up on adrenaline arresting someone who is freaking out. Naturally, if you're being arrested and a cop is like wrenching your arms behind your back and screaming at you and then suddenly bellows, "Calm down!" How often does that work? You're full of adrenaline. You're not going to calm down. The cop orders you to calm down. The same goes for when you're in a comment section and somebody you don't know is attacking you and attacking what you do and doesn't know you from Adam and then tells you to chill out, which happened to me yesterday. And then after lecturing me about how I complain about complainers after she complained, she said, I agree with all the haters. I agree with all the haters. You have too thin skin. You don't even know me. You don't know anything about me. But this is who I am, okay? And I'm not going to change for you. If I change for you, maybe I won't be pleasing to the people that have come here and enjoyed what I do. Obviously, it resonates with some people. I get comments. Do I have thousands and thousands of subscribers? No, but I'm not looking for that. And I just don't think you should assume you know what my goals are if you don't even know me. And you shouldn't. You should not call me thin-skinned when you've come in here as a total stranger and told me how to rearrange my house. Okay? So that's all I have to say about it. And I'm sorry if I seem like I complain about complainers. To me, it is very relevant because we're going through an unprecedented time in our country right now. This affects me. My husband works for the military, and I'm living in a foreign country. Fortunately, so far, people seem to understand that this is a temporary condition because eventually all of the people that are involved in this we all die someday. So this is a temporary situation, and most European countries, they've had a dictator before, even if it was not this century or last century. I have not experienced any anti-American sentiment here, but I worry when I see stories about Usha Vance going to Greenland and Trump doubling down on how he wants to annex it. I worry when I hear about the Secretary of Defense leaking information that puts people at risk. And when I speak up about it, because it's the one thing I can do, and I have random people basically trying to shut me up by calling me stupid and telling me to renounce my citizenship and saying I should move, and not knowing that I already have. And I'm actually in a foreign country because my husband works for the government. Not directly, but he does. So that's offensive and it's uncalled for. And we all, as Americans, should embrace the right to express ourselves the way we want. If it doesn't apply to you and isn't helpful, again, I cannot state this enough. Just move on. Because you're not going to win me over by telling me to calm down. You're not going to win me over by being a stranger and giving me advice that I never asked for. And if you don't have any content and you are telling me what I should be putting on my channel, then I'm going to just basically tell you to fuck off. Okay? I'm sorry, offensive, but it's offensive to me too. And my feelings matter too. Okay? So that's all I have to say. And yeah, check my channel. You'll find that there's plenty of music. And there's some videos about travel. And there's even some fun videos about culture. Many people don't even bother to watch them. They watch a minute or two. Or they read the description. And then they leave me critiques. Y'all can just fuck off with that, okay? So have a good Tuesday. I'm going to go see if there's any treasures in the backyard left by my dogs.